Hi there, it's Noreen Crone-Findlay. I am so happy. I've spent years working on a wonderful, big, fat book on Potholder Loom Weaving, and I have figured out so many neat things for you to do. These are the potholder looms that I used in the book. Now you'll recognize the standard 6-inch size and the pro size, which is 27 pegs and 9 inches. But I'm going to mention this one in a second, but I just wanted to point out to you the manufacturers of the looms that I used in the book. This one is from the Wool Novelty Company, and this is the metal one. And these two beauties are from Harrisville Looms. They're both metal, standard 6-inch and the pro size. And these three, now you are, I'm sure, familiar with the 6-inch size. And now the pro size is kind of more, people are used to that now. But while I was designing the projects for the book, I decided that it would be just great to have a 3-inch size potholder loom as well. And there's a lot of reasons why. You're going to see why. So these are the sizes of the looms. They are available online. I'll post the links for where you can order these from. And oh, potholder looms are so great. The other day, I received a message from someone who said he really wanted to learn how to weave wall hangings. Not too big and not too small. He said, what would be the best loom to buy if you wanted to weave wall hangings? And I thought, well, listen, I have done so many wonderful wall hangings in the new book that the best place to start with weaving wall hangings, that's right, on the potholder loom. So I'm going to bring and stack up a whole bunch of the wall hangings that are in the new book so you can get a sneak preview. Now, the books, I am filming this in November of 2019. The book is already online. It's available and for pre-order on all the usual online places. And the book itself will be, as well as the Kindle and other electronic versions, will be available in bookstores worldwide in January. Just going to set up the sneak preview of the wall hangings here, and I'll be right back to you. This wall hanging is featured on the back cover of the book, and it shows quite a few of the techniques that you're going to learn in my new Potholder Loom Weaving book. And so I will just whip through a stack of them. You're going to learn how to do the long tail slip knot technique. You're going to learn how to do color gamp weaving. This one has a color gamp in it here down in this triangle, and different ways of working with what I call faux harness loom weaving, so that you're doing different twills and things on the potholder loom. So I'm going to go get another one of the wall hangings. One of the things that I like to do when I'm making wall hangings, when I'm weaving them, is if I'm not sure exactly what I want to put on the wall hanging as the finished embellishments, then I do things like I use jewelry. These are all pins that I got at a garage sale, and they can be displayed on your wall hanging, but you're not committed to having them on your wall hanging all the time. And so it's also a great way of taking jewelry out of your jewelry box and being able to enjoy it up on the wall. I really love this one. This one uses a vintage celluloid button at the top, and then bits of seaweed, and well, I guess that's not seaweed, that's driftwood, and so is that from the ocean. And I love the natural colors too. So the yarn in all of these wall hangings is from Harrisville Designs, and I use their design packs that come with multiple colors, and I always buy 2 packs at a time because then you get to use 2 strands held together. So all of these wall hangings are woven on the 3-inch, 6-inch, and 9-inch potholder loom. I love this one. I love the colors in this one, and I love that a friend gave me some antique coins, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them, and I thought, okay, I'm going to use them to make some beautiful wall hangings. And someone had already drilled the holes in the coins, which was great because then I was able to just stitch them on. I stitched them on after I finished weaving the wall hanging. Now, of course, you can see the wall hanging is put together, stitched together with a whole bunch of the motifs, and I do show you step by step how to weave all of these shapes and colorways. Now you'll notice the edges all have beautiful lucite cord around the edge, and that I used the latchet lucite that I designed for and asked Dewberry Ridge Looms to make. But any lucite will do, or you could use spool knitting too. I like this one. This one is so not in my color range. Sometimes I have to really force myself to go outside my normal color range, which tends to be in the blues and turquoises and grays and greens, and to look at colors that other people love. For instance, my daughter-in-law loves these kind of 70s colors, and great, she's getting it for Christmas. So if you love the oranges and reds and browns and things together, this might be a wall hanging that you'd like to do. Back into my normal color range, which is, the blues, the purples, the turquoises. Now this is I call this pattern the Dancing Lady. This is a very ancient motif that's often called the shepherdess. And you can see here's her head, her arms, her body, and her skirt. And so this one was woven just on the 6-inch loom. And I'll show you a larger shepherdess, Dancing Lady. The other wall hangings that I've already shown you are all woven with yarn. But if you love working with loops, then feel free to make wonderful wall hangings with loops. Now, these loops, these ones are on the 6-inch, those are 6-inch loops, and the rest of them were woven on the 9-inch loom, the 27 peg loom, with the 9-inch loops, the pro size loops. And the fringe is also loops, and in the book I say it makes a merry ruckus if you hang it on a door, because those loops, when all the beads and buttons and things clang together, they make quite a wonderfully wind chimey sound. So again, the Dancing Lady motif. She's going to show up. You'll see I'll be showing more things from the book. You'll be seeing her in lots of different parts of the book. One of the things that people have asked for help with is how to weave faces in tapestry technique. So I started out designing faces, and before long they evolved into becoming wall dolls. And of course, here's Frida Kahlo and a blue angel. And because my husband is a composer and professional musician who plays classical and jazz, but also is a wonderful flamenco guitar player and has 2 flamenco groups, I had to make him a flamenca dancer. And here she is. So these 3 wall dolls will help you master weaving faces in tapestry technique. I do a lot of tapestry in the book. Well, not a lot, but enough to make it quite wonderful. So weaving the tapestry faces, one thing always leads to another, and I got all inspired and I thought, oh, I should weave some tapestry cat faces. Well, here you have now 3 wall dolls. They hang on the wall just like the Angel and Frida Kahlo homage and flamenco doll. And we have the gentleman kitty cat wearing dashing trousers, and the cat lady, and a kitty cat mermaid, just because I can. So these are some of the fun wall hangings that are in the new Potholder Loom Weaving book. So please rush over and pre-order it, and if you're watching this after January of 2020, then you can order it and get it. It'll be in your hot little hands right away. So you're going to fall so in love with Potholder Loom Weaving. It's the most magical, simple, basic little loom, but oh my goodness, you're just going to love it. Right, Mr. Kitty? Yes. The kitties say absolutely, indeed. So, happy weaving, my friends. Go gently. Much love from me, with hugs and happy weavings.